Ex-fat people of Reddit, what is an underrated fat loss tip? Water is your friend, I came to say this. Only time I effectively and consistently lose weight over a period of time is when I'm putting down at least 120 ounces of water a day, probably more. Unless you're Chris Stradger, you're gonna fuck up. It took me 2 years of trying to get the momentum I needed to lose 110 pounds. I've got 50 to go and I've lost that momentum, and it's taken me a few months to get back in the swing of it. Fucking up is a part of progress, and progress isn't linear. I think a lot of people go into dieting with a mentality of I'm going to diet constantly until I hit my goal weight, and either end up stopping along the way or putting the weight back on within a year or two of reaching their goal. What I have found that helped me was stopping my diet every 3-4 weeks and having a period just trying to maintain that particular weight before I start up again on my diet. It has helped me keep things under control, and it's nice to have a little break from a diet every once in a while. This also really helps with the whole turning it into a sustainable lifestyle thing. You don't have to go balls to the wall 100% of the time. For example, I'm taking this week off for the 4th of July. I'm not going out and binge eating or anything, I'm still being sensible. I'm just not counting calories, and I'm letting myself eat more at events with friends and such. A few days isn't gonna kill me. Worst case scenario, I gain a tiny bit of fat which will be gone again in less than a week of being back on the regimen. Cut down on sugar. Trying to eat healthier foods is good to do, but it's also vague. For example, I've seen people go on strict low-carb diets and drink insane amounts of Gatorade. There are tons of things you wouldn't expect to have a lot of sugar in them. Too, it's not always the obvious stuff like cookies. Soda has to go, period. Sure, you could balance it into your calorie counting, but why bother when you could fill it with stuff that makes you feel better? Full disclosure, I'm still fat, currently 301 pounds. But I have lost 50 pounds since my highest weight and am working on the remainder. Here is what is working for me. 1. Track everything. Get an app or a journal. Write down everything that goes in your mouth. You don't need to track calories at first if you're not used to it. Just write down what you eat. Be honest. Don't cheat. 2. Learn your triggers. What makes you eat? Is it normal hunger? Did you have a bad day at work? Did you fight with your SO? Are you treating yourself because you accomplished something? 3. Redirect yourself. Don't be idle. If you sit in front of the TV and snack, start cross-stitching, knitting, paint by number, fucking something that gets you occupied while sitting and watching the latest mind-numbing crime drama. 4. Make a plan. Meal plan for a week. Or be ambitious and do a whole month. Plan what you're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Make a grocery list. Always go grocery shopping with a list. Never have to ask yourself, oh, what's for dinner? What do we have anyway? Am I going to have to buy X ingredient? Fuck it, I'll just order a pizza. Include eating out in your meal plan. 5. Move a little. You don't have to run a marathon, just move more. Walk further. Do yoga in the morning. Just something to remind your body that it has a purpose. All I do is yoga in the morning and walk to and from the bus stop. 6. Start small. Don't make a goal to lose 100 pounds. Make a goal to lose 5 pounds. That's a bag of potatoes. Those are huge and heavy. 5 pounds is a huge accomplishment. I never set a goal for myself except to lose 5 pounds at a time. Lose 5 pounds, drop 1 pant size, walk around the block without stopping. Jog for 90 seconds. These are tiny goals that when added to incrementally make a huge difference. 7. Ignore everyone else. Don't buy some junk your Aunt Marcy promises will cleanse your colon. Don't let your coworkers tell you, oh, you look so good you don't need to lose weight. Don't let your family say, but grandma made this chocolate cake just for you. This step does not apply to medical professionals such as a doctor or certified nutritionist. The world wants to sabotage you. Listen to people that you pay money to take care of you. 8. Forgive yourself. This is the most important step. Love yourself as you are now. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are important. You are a human being. You will move forward, but you will have bad days. You will struggle and you will hate yourself for making a bad choice. You will fall down sometimes. But life is a series of failures and lessons. Life is a long journey, and weight loss is a lifestyle change, a transformation. And those don't happen quickly. It will take longer than you think it will. And that's okay. You are doing your best and you will reap the rewards someday. Don't be in a hurry. Enjoy the journey. If you want to lose weight, start by honestly counting your calories. You don't need to cut back what you eat, just keep track. Keep doing this for 2-3 weeks. By doing this, you are showing yourself just how much you are consuming. From there, establish a small goal for yourself, for example 2,100 calories per day. Keep track and measure your calories honestly. It's okay if you don't meet your goal every day, but aim for most days. Once you are comfortable at that level, lower it a bit further down, to say 1,800. Keep this up and repeat until you reach 1,600, 1,400, or 1,200 calories per day. Take time to work your way down. Don't deprive yourself of a once-in-a-while treat. The end goal is not to hit a point and then go back to eating how you did when you started. It's about changing how you eat permanently. Sustainability for how you eat is what it's all about. Personally, my goal is 1,300 per day, and after doing this for 2 years, it has become normal. A bad cheat day for me is 1,600 to 1,900 calories, which is in line with what my body needs. BMR. The hardest part of this process is being honest with what you are eating and sticking with your goals. Be prepared for the psychological barriers you will face if you are dieting. People will pressure you to eat badly all the time without really realizing it. When you go over to your parents for Thanksgiving, when your coworkers go out for drinks and wings after work, when your partner wants to go out to eat and celebrate something, when you go over to a friend's house for a dinner party, people think they are being nice to you when they say that one piece of cake or big meal won't kill you and you should just go for it. In other circumstances, they just won't realize that are making you feel like a diva or a wet blanket when you don't eat what they clearly want you to. You have to be prepared for these curveballs or they can undo everything. Most diets are designed for you to be able to construct your meals basically from scratch at home, or consume something pre-packaged. But for many people, their lifestyle and social life just can't accommodate that enough. You need to learn to have backup plans that don't make you feel like an ass or a killjoy. Plans can involve eating before, deciding what you eat when you get there, and how to talk to other people about it so everyone is comfortable. It takes some effort, but you get the hang of it pretty fast if you work on it. Just doing something in the gym every day is better than nothing. This advice helped me so much. It really reinforces that this is a lifestyle change by forcing you to just go be active every day. It also helps just in the sense it's objectively true. Doing 10-15 minutes on the treadmill is better than nothing if you really aren't motivated at all. The biggest way it helps though is on the days you are unmotivated. Once you start, you will often just do your full workout. Remove the sugar. Once you do that, it's stupid easy. It's not a secret, but it's rare for people to really do it. We all scramble around trying to find a trick to avoid doing just that. Lost 60 pounds and kept them off. For the past year and a half I've been eating less than 10 grams of added sugar per day. No exceptions. After the first 2 weeks, it gets pretty easy. After about 2 months, the idea of eating sugary shit feels pretty repulsive. After a year, it's a no-brainer. I had to not look at anything as dieting, but rather changing my overall eating habits. I had to retrain myself into recognizing foods as being fuel foods and treat foods. There is nothing I completely restrict myself from, because I don't want to deny myself to the point that the forbidden food is all I crave, because then I know I'll end up exploding and pigging out on it. Instead, I got a list of all the healthy fuel foods I could find, and pick everything on that list that I already enjoy. Those are my fuel foods, and I just got into the habit of eating over healthier rather than try particular diets that I wouldn't be able to sustain long term. Roughly 90+% of the time I only eat fuel foods. It's a lot easier to eat healthy food I already love rather than try and push myself to eat diet foods I already hate. I know I'm eating well most of the time and I exercise regularly, so I don't feel bad if I have a treat food now and then. I just remember to eat one helping of treat food instead of 3, and be cognizant of the fact that treat foods are delicious, but will not provide the nutrients I need to run the 5K, play in the trampoline park, run faster than the zombie hordes. The only foods I do completely avoid are soda and fast food. Soda because carbonation upsets my stomach, and fast food because I tried once to see how long I could go making my own food and not going through the drive-thru, and after 6 weeks fast food places started to smell really gross to me, like super burnt fried chicken and onions. That was 3 years ago. And all fast food joints still smell that way to me. Except for an In-N-Out burger. That joint still smells yummy.